Alright guys, today we are going to be reacting to white asparagus with sauce hollandaise. Hollandaise? Yeah, made from scratch. Thank you so much for your support. Make sure you like and subscribe. We're heading to 10,000 subscribers. For more recommendations, links in the description. Let's jump in.
Of the Germans. This is what most Germans are searching for at this time of the year, end of April and in May. And in Germany there is a really big hype about asparagus, white asparagus. And the thing about white asparagus is that it is the same plant as the green asparagus, but we make a hive of soil around the asparagus while it's growing and keeping it in the soil all the time.
Look at that.
And then it is harvested early in the morning, so it doesn't get any sunlight, and that is the reason why it is white. That is also the reason why it is wood-like on the outside and why we need to peel it. Stand somewhere on the farmers market, they have machines that will shave this outer area off from this asparagus, which is very convenient. Easy. But I don't think it's such a big deal to just peel it off with one of these things. Important to know about asparagus is that it has to be fresh. The fresher it is, the better it tastes, and that is probably the reason why we have problems to find asparagus here in Texas.
She lives in Texas, and that's interesting because there's still a big German population in Texas, so that makes a lot of sense.
Grown here, usually it comes from, I think, Chile, and in Germany we grow a lot of asparagus directly on our fields, and the people buy it very fresh. So we're just gonna peel all of these, and the way I'm doing this is I hold it here at the tip, and then I just shave off some of the outer parts, and I have to go all the way around.
Yeah, that's a lot of work.
In Germany we call asparagus Spargel.
Asparagus.
Okay, so now the bottom of the asparagus needs to be cut away because it's kind of woody.
Mm-hmm. Very hard to eat.
Well, so I'm removing about a little less than an inch.
Sounds about right.
That should bring me to the safe side. Some of them need to be cut a little more. All right. So you can keep this and make an asparagus soup from it.
I was about to say, so that looks like something where you can, that leftover seems like you can use it for, for soups, gumbo, soup vegetables. So yeah, I was about to say that you can still use that.
Asparagus soup I will show you in a different video very soon, but this is helpful for any asparagus soup that you want to make. Okay, now one of these is broken. I put this aside. Now I want to boil them upright in this pot, and in order to be able to do that I can bundle them. I can make 2 bundles or 1. I'll probably go with 2.
Make them nice and tight.
And I wrap this around. Like this.
Man, I'm excited to see what she's doing.
Into my pot. Let's make some more. So this one is broken. I would just add it like this. Okay.
All right.
Usually I'm making more asparagus, so this pot is a little bit oversized for this project. Just ignore that fact. You're also adding 2 teaspoons of salt and a teaspoon of sugar to the water and a tablespoon of butter.
So we have the sugar, we got the salt and butter. Okay.
Now not necessary for the taste, but to keep the color of the asparagus white, you can add a little bit of lemon juice. And this now goes onto the stove and needs to be boiled. I will boil this, and once it's boiling, I'll reduce the heat so that it is slightly below boiling, and then I'll keep it for about 12 to 15 minutes until the asparagus is cooked through. And while I'm waiting for this to boil, I want to tell you how we Germans usually eat our asparagus. So we usually serve it with some ham at the side, and that's mostly smoked ham. I don't find that kind of ham here, but what I find here and what is kind of similar is the prosciutto, and that works. But you can also just use a honey ham or any kind of other ham that you can buy here in America.
I was wondering if she could find like an Aldi in the area that she lives in Texas. I mean, maybe there they would probably find it.
Then also we have some potatoes on the side, and we serve that together with the asparagus, the potatoes, and the ham with the sauce hollandaise. And how I make the sauce hollandaise, I will show you in the next scene. The ingredients that you need are 3 egg yolks, about 25 milliliters of lemon juice, some water, salt, 250 grams of clarified butter, also known as ghee. The ghee or clarified butter has to have...
But the question is, if you already put butter in it, why do you need more butter? I guess...
temperature that is about 73 degrees Celsius, which is 165 roughly degree Fahrenheit. Making sauce hollandaise is basically all about technique and temperature. So you want to keep your ingredients warm and do the right technique, which I will show you here in this video. So I will bring some water in a pot to a light boil, and I'm also preparing the egg yolks already. The yolks go into a large bowl, and I'm adding about 25 milliliters of water to
okay.
it. It's not very much. And I'm whisking it.
Oh, look at that, huh? Like a little trick, huh?
Now I'm putting this on top of the water. It's not boiling yet, but will be shortly. And I constantly whisk this until it has the right consistency. That this is already starting to thicken, and I'm sometimes taking it off from the heat just to make sure it's not getting too hot. Otherwise I will have some scrambled egg kind of mess here. But I don't know, maybe you can see it. It is getting thicker already. Just a little more. So what I'm looking for here is a lighter yellow color. It's still a little too yellow, but if it gets lighter, I know this is the right time to take it off. Okay, I have a feeling this is as good as it gets.
Okay.
And this has stopped boiling. I want to get it back there. Now I take this off, and I'm slowly adding the lemon juice.
Okay. This is something new. Okay. So you have some eggs, put a little bit of water, and then steam it a little bit, right, underneath. And then after you start it, you put a little bit of lemon juice. Okay, all right. Wow, that is so interesting. Look at that. She's good, huh? She's very good.
Okay. And now I drizzle in the clarified butter.
Okay, okay. But she's cooking, you see? I don't know, no, not cooking, but it's getting dry over here in the little corner, you see? I don't know if that's part of the process, but
Back to the
steam. Okay, there you go, see?
increase the heat a little bit. Okay, again a little bit of water.
Just to make sure it doesn't cook, right?
More clarified butter.
Oh, I see. Then cook it again. It's not cook, it's more steam.
Doing this until I have the right consistency.
Okay, let's see what's the
This is
consistency.
already a very good consistency. I will turn off the heat.
Wow. She never said how long you have to stir that thing. So you have to make all that stuff together and just make sure it's a little bit on the yellow side, but very clear or lighter yellow color, you see?
Take this off.
There you go.
Let me put this aside.
Oh, you have to be careful. You're gonna burn.
Okay, let's taste it. Definitely needs a lot of salt.
With that butter, really?
If you use salty butter for your clarified butter, you might need less. But I make my clarified butter
Unsalted.
with unsalted butter. And if you buy it, I'm not sure if the store-bought ghee is with or without salt in it. Can't tell. Bit more. Try this again.
There you go. Right in the money.
Right to the point.
Right in the money.
So you cannot reheat a sauce hollandaise. You have to keep it warm until you need it. I like to prepare the sauce hollandaise before I do the rest of the meal because, you know, it needs all your attention, and if other things are going on in the kitchen that is distracting and that can ruin your sauce, you don't want that. That's why I'm preparing.
So you have to spend at least 10 minutes just stirring that thing. That's the only thing about that recipe. You have to be paying a lot of attention. Because if not, then it gets a little harder.
This first, and then later add it to the meal. But as I said, I have to keep it warm. Cannot reheat it. All right, looks like pudding. Yes, and that is the sauce hollandaise. Here's now the cooked asparagus, and it's very nice and soft. I poked in it with a knife and it went through like butter.
They're very nice and soggy, huh?
Now
Yeah, they're
this
soggy. Ooh.
on a serving plate that you can't see yet, but in a little bit. So, now, the sauce hollandaise. It was all perfect, and I had it on the stove to keep it warm, and then I started to boil the potatoes next to it. And what happened then was that the heat from the pot from the potatoes gave more heat to the sauce. And the next thing that happened was that the sauce was separating. So it was the butter and the egg yolks separate in the sauce, and it looked like a big mess. And I want to tell you how to fix that in case that happens.
Wow. So you have to see, you have to pay attention to that sauce. Oh, I don't know about that one. This is one of those sauce that you want to try it, but if you can buy it in a restaurant, and you can buy it in the restaurant, you might as well do it, because at that point, you know, personally, I think I don't want to say it's a waste of time, because it will be a nice skill for you to learn. However, you see, I believe she probably uh, left it there for 3 minutes, and it started just separating. So you have to pay a lot of attention to it.
To you at any point during the sauce making. So what I did was I again took one of my bowls and I put an egg yolk into the bowl, added a little water, whisked it, and then I slowly whisked in the separated sauce hollandaise. And while I was doing that, it came all together perfectly. And here you have the sauce hollandaise safe
Well, not bad.
from this problem, and it's just as good as it was before.
Ooh.
So this goes onto the asparagus, and
Ooh.
enough to mix with the potatoes. That's how I like it.
Very healthy. Huh?
Yes,
Look at
and
that.
this
That's
is
clean.
how we eat our asparagus in Germany. I hope you
That's
like
very
this
nice.
recipe. Maybe you find some white asparagus in your grocery, then you might want to cook this too. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you like this video, like always, please give me a thumbs up, hit the bell button and subscribe, and watch the next video coming up in just a few seconds.
Amazing. Very good. She put a lot of work on that one, huh? A lot of work. Oh, that's how it looks. Ooh, look very nice. Thank you so much, baby. Well, let me know what you guys think. It does take some time, so I'm just wondering, if it's worth it. Is it worth it to just make it, or might as well just go to a restaurant and just buy it, I guess. Let me know what you guys think, and I will see you in the next one. I'm out. Peace.